Okay, let's learn what the number one thing you can do to make more money right now as a real estate agent. I'm going to get into that right now. All right, it's simple. You're there, you want to do better, you want to improve, but there is one particular thing that is going to help you the most. Okay, you know it, I know it the second I say it, and we're going to deep dive into exactly what that means. It is to increase your volume. Okay, but a lot of people say, but I'm working really hard. I already am. I'm doing really well. I get this from pretty much all the people I coach. But guess what? Increase it. Okay. And this is something that you have to do. You got to have enough volume to give the math a chance to work. Okay, what do I mean by that? Agents a lot of time will think they have a conversion problem when it's often usually an opportunity problem, right? If you talk to three people, make a video, follow up twice, ask for a referral, your results can feel a little bit random. But when you dramatically increase the number of quality attempts, you're going to increase at a large scale, right? That will be massive to eliminate that chance of just getting lucky, learn and improve and win. Okay, so let's really get into it and how it can change it. So specifically, more conversations. You knew I was going to say this, right? More conversations equal what? More clients. So instead of asking, how do I find more clients, right? The real question is, how do I have more real estate conversations? This is critical. So even imagine your conversion rate is only 2%. 10 conversations, which is to me the minimum standard, is potentially 0 to 1 opportunities. 100 conversations, potentially 2 clients. Okay. 500 is potentially 10 clients. So, of course, your conversion rate matters, but volume gives your conversion rate something to work with. The more opportunities you get, the more chances you're going to have to be successful. So before obsessing over, converting the 2 to 3%, which of course is important, not saying we don't want that, but generate 5 times the opportunities. Okay, so get that minimum standard at least at 10. And as soon as you can, get to 15, get to 20, get to 25 real estate conversations a day and beyond, right? And unless you have appointments in the evening, then that can taper off into whatever you can do in the parts between those. But that's going to be the number one key. Okay. And if you want another key to success, subscribe to the channel. Okay, this stuff should be helping, motivating, right? Um, these are things that work. I know for sure that the stuff that I have coached that has worked, it's just going to be how much you take and apply. But come in here, like it, subscribe, put a comment below, right? If you think it's not this, put something that you think is. Okay, it's always combinations, but I believe this is probably the single biggest determinant is just more volume. Generally, you're going to just do better. Um, Make sure you get in my free coaching on school, and then of course get in paid. Just jump in there when you are ready to be accountable and get to the next level of coaching. Okay, number two, more follow-up equals more appointments. So most agents dramatically underestimate how much follow-up it's actually going to take. Right? They're going to call Monday, text Wednesday, maybe try again Friday, and then decide, you know what, they're not interested. Okay. But instead, let's try follow-up volume. Call, text, email, send video. You can provide now value, market update, and invite them to invent, send them a listing. You thought this is what they were looking for. This one came available. Check in again. Okay. I'm not saying harassment, but persistent value. Okay. If you keep dropping value, that's going to go a long way over time. It's going to build. Your database might already contain the next 5 transactions. A lot of times you just simply haven't followed up enough. And then the most frustrating part, right, is of course when now they decide to list with someone else because if you really haven't, you feel guilty a little bit, like, I should have stayed with them. I didn't know, right? Go all out in that, increase that volume. Okay. Great things generally happen, especially if you're leading a value and truly caring about them. Okay, number three, more appointments. We got to set more appointments equals more closings, right? So if you're going to have, let's say, 2 appointments a month, well, every appointment feels enormous. right? There's massive at stake. There's a lot of pressure. But if you're going on 15 to 20, something changes. You become calmer. You improve your presentation, you handle objections better, and you're willing to walk away from what? From bad business. Okay. Abundance is often created through volume. Okay. So you want to have those reps. Those reps are going to make you better across the board. Okay. Next thing, more offers equals more accepted offers. So buyers agents get discouraged after losing one or two homes. It can be frustrating. But if you increase the number of opportunities, if you're showing more properties, more conversations with listing agents, more off-market opportunities explored, right? More offers written when appropriate. If your buyer can only see one perfect property, you have very few chances to win. Okay. The goal is not reckless offers. It's more legitimate swings at the plate. Okay. But those are going to give you more chances to be accepted. Number five, more listing opportunities equals less desperation. One listing appointment this month. Gosh, it feels like you have to get it, right? 10 listing opportunities. Now you can actually qualify the seller. You can say, hey, I'm not sure we're the right fit. What a powerful feeling when you have so much business that you can turn it away. Volume will allow you to disqualify that bad business instead of chasing everything, which potentially can lead to bad reviews, right? And bad experiences with you and with them. You don't want that, right? Number six, and this one I push. I just had a coaching session with a client that talked about more content, right? So you get more chances to be discovered. So let's just say this. Look, if you're not doing one a week, start there. Okay, launch with 5 videos if you can, but get to one a week, get consistently. But the faster you get to 2 a week, the faster you're going to really start increasing opportunities. This is huge. So let's say if one person's making 1 video a week and someone else is making 2, who is going to win over time? And it's not just twice as many opportunities. This is the part that people don't understand. Okay. If you're having twice as much content, it's more content that they can look through that potentially cause them to know, like, trust, and then reach out. The algorithm is going to favor you more often, right? If you're putting out content at a higher rate and the same exact engagement, everything else is the same. Well, which one is going to be rewarded more? It's going to be exponentially as you continue to go up to the person that's doing more. Okay, so how can this happen? Well, we got long form YouTube videos, which I highly recommend. Okay, you can do different posts, different reels, market updates, email content, buyer videos, seller videos. Okay, get those out there. Okay, we never know which piece of content will create the opportunity. We truly don't. But guess what I want you to do? Start to increase it, even if it's just one more each week, if it's one more each day. Be committed on whatever you say you're going to do and make sure you pick a specific time of when you're going to do these posts. Okay, when you're going to add the content, but do it. Okay, and if you're not on long form YouTube, get on it right now. Okay, I am here every day, and the opportunities that you're going to get over time are absolutely amazing. Okay, just continue to do it as well as the other things for sure, but just keep going. Okay, number 7, more referral asks equals more referrals. I see so many people that don't ask. I don't, it's awkward. I don't have the right timing. I don't know what they're going to say. Do you know how many times we get something just because we ask for it? And if we're providing value and trying to help them get what they want or whatever way we can be of help, and we truly care and are sincere and try to do an absolutely outstanding job, there's not a problem if you truly believe you can help people that they're referring and you care about them. But imagine if you asked just 5 people a year for referrals versus 500 people. Even if you had mediocre conversion, the difference can be what? Enormous. Okay? Who do you know that's thinking about buying or selling in the next 6 to 12 months? Who do you know that I can give that same great experience to that you had? Who can I help? Right? Even if they don't go with me, it's totally fine, but who can I help? Right? To figure out if it's a good time for them. Hey, I'm putting together a quick value a home value update for people this week. If you know someone curious what their home would sell for, I'd be happy to make one for them too. There's a lot of ways to do this, but get those reps, get those opportunities. Okay. Don't wait for referrals. Manufacture more opportunities for referrals to happen. And we can create these and always have them inviting them to something, right? 8, more skill reps equal what? Higher conversion. This is where volume becomes extremely powerful. So if you role played 5 objections once a month, you prove a little bit. It's still better than not doing it. But what if you were practicing 10 objections every day? Well, after 90 days, you'd have 900 objection, handling reps. Think would be better than just the 5 per month? Of course you would, right? Now combine volume and skill. So if we've got 100 conversations that are getting 2 appointments, but after 100 conversations and 100 role play, now 100 conversations are getting 5 appointments, you can see how the volume of having those conversations are extremely beneficial. Now, as we role play practice and improve the skill, right, well, those same 100 are now worth 5 appointments that we're setting up. So versus the 2. So you're not simply increasing volume, the volume actually made you better. That's the compounding effect. Okay, so if you're not doing that, I just say we're going to meet you where you're at. Just start with 1 every day, and then next week, let's get to 2. We're going to build that up, and you will improve. Okay. Number 9, more experiments equals faster growth. This is a great business principle. Don't bet everything on just simply one idea. Okay. We can try different openings, hooks, thumbnails, right? Video topics, lead magnets, emails, text, open houses, client events, referral strategies, follow-up campaigns. Okay. And we want to test and define what works and then go deep on that, right? But a lot of times we can test the initial ideas, especially if you have not found something, right? To test to see how it works. So we test 50 ideas, right? 40 didn't work, 7 are okay, 2 worked extremely well. But 1 completely changes your business. Okay, well, most agents are going to quit after the 4th one, right? They're not going to get to the winning one, which was number 37. But the whole idea is to test, right? Small. Then when it works, we go deeper and deeper and more all in and then create the volume off of that. Okay, this one also. You made it to the end. Thank you so much. So number 10, more years of consistent volume equals what? Unfair advantage. And this is perhaps the biggest one. So let's say you have one agent who's having 10 conversations a week, okay, versus an agent that's having 10 conversations a day. One's doing a video a month, a few follow-ups, and asking for a couple referrals versus 5 pieces of content a day, consistent daily follow-ups, regularly asking referrals all the time, practicing those scripts, so they're sharpening the saw. What do you think the difference would be over 3 years? It's not just a little more. It's massive. It's the difference between having a lifestyle that you truly want versus barely struggling to make it and the pipeline's not full and you're worried about the paycheck next month. Okay. Volume times skill times consistency equals opportunity on a massive scale. So another challenge, right? Increase your volume every single week for the next 90 days. Tell me what happens. Prove me wrong. Show me that if you're not having 25 conversations, if you don't have any appointments, that you're not getting chances. Show me that if you're not asking referrals, right, consistently at a 10x volume, a 5x volume of what you're currently doing, that you're not getting many more chances, right? Show me you're posting more YouTube content eventually to the point of every single day and tell me you're not getting things coming in. It just doesn't happen over time because you get better, right? Increase those skills, right? Jump into my paid coaching, free coaching, subscribe so you can watch this. Get this at volume will greatly increase because I'm going to go over things that I know or believe will work really well. Maybe not every single thing will work as well as some of the other stuff, but even 1% per day is going to massively change things over the next 90, 6 months, and a year. And I want you to do really well. All right, guys, I hope this helps. Please subscribe. Right, if you like the content, put comments below and jump into stuff that I've outlined. You can check out the links. But you absolutely will increase volume and it is going to change everything for you. That's usually one of the number 1 reasons I see that some agents are more successful than others is usually right in that one particular thing, right? All right. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much. I really appreciate watching the content. Take care.